Our region's business, improving our economy, creating jobs, and strengthening communities. Innovation, collaboration, transformation, and the people making it happen. Join us as we take a closer look at our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, what it's going to take to create a next-generation economy for everybody who lives in our region, plus the business of medical marijuana in Pennsylvania. But first, Alaska Airlines gets ready to touch down in our region. The carrier begins nonstop service between Pittsburgh and Seattle in September, the latest enhancement to our region's connections to the West Coast. David Oppenheim is Vice President of Sales for Alaska Airlines, and Christina Cassotis is back with us. She's CEO of Allegheny County Airport Authority, and welcome.
Thanks.
Welcome back.
Always
good to see you. Welcome to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, great to be here.
Yeah, what are you doing here? Why Alaska Airlines? Why now?
So we're really excited. Pittsburgh and Seattle are two cities that a little bit off in timing, but have a really similar history. Gone from heavy industry to technology-based cities, and we're really excited to connect the two. There's a lot of companies that do a lot of business in one and do a lot of business in the other, and we're going to get them there a lot faster than having to stop somewhere.
I sometimes wonder if Seattle's 40 years ahead of us or we're 100 years ahead of you. there are a lot of similarities. Well, so this really becomes an attractive market for you at this point in the development of the airline?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, we've been a high-growth airline, and after the acquisition of Virgin America last year, we're really expanding throughout the country. We're not so well known here. We've never had service to Pittsburgh before, and so I've been here for a couple days, and we're going to have more folks out here as we get ready to launch service to get to know the business community a little bit better and tell people about what Alaska Airlines is all about. And we're really excited about it. You know, the companies that are here, that are expanding here, are the same companies that are getting big in Seattle. And so being able to connect them will be great.
Yeah, obviously a real coup to get Seattle, West Coast, nonstop.
Seattle has been a big focus of ours and a target since I got here. The West Coast is incredibly important to the tech community, and David actually spoke at the State of the Airport a while ago talking about the natural fit, but also talking about the opportunities for leisure passengers, right? Because Alaska is the largest airline between the West Coast and Hawaii. So great way to get to Hawaii for those who are interested is to connect through Seattle on Alaska, and we think that's a great opportunity for the other part of our market that may not be flying for business.
Well, that's a really good point. And the other piece of this too, because everybody thinks it's, of course, Seattle and tech and companies like Microsoft, and,
which is a good thing.
Amazon, which is a good thing.
It's a good thing.
But there's also aerospace, and we've got big companies here like PPG and ATI that are big suppliers into Boeing and that whole industry as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And you know, it's an aerospace hub, and so it's a great connection because there are a lot of people already traveling this, and that's what's exciting about it. I mean, there's a lot more coming. The growth of this city, the growth of Seattle, we look forward really positively, but the city's already ready. The traffic is already there, and so we're expecting this to be a really successful new route for us.
Well, you're certainly going to have the most distinctive aircraft, I think, on the tarmac out of Pittsburgh International. Tell me a little bit about the look, the livery of an Alaska Airlines plane.
And it's been updated a little bit, but still holds back to a lot of our tradition. This is an airline that began in 1932 in Alaska, and really has all of its roots there. We have what's affectionately known as the Eskimo on the tail, this face of an Alaskan native that is on the tail of all of our planes. But we've also incorporated in the new design of our brand, and particularly on the interior of the plane, a lot of the elements of Virgin America. Virgin America was a fantastic airline that customers really grew to love, and had a lot of fun stuff going on inside there. Really hip, great West Coast vibe, and so we've brought a lot of that into Alaska as part of the merger.
Well, that's always a challenge, kind of melding the cultures and making sure you come up with a better product than either one was by itself before, right?
Absolutely, and there was so much love for both the brands that actually even just going through the whole exercise of how we were going to brand ourselves moving forward was not an easy thing. But I think we've come out in a really great place, and you know, our slogan is creating an airline people love, and that's actually a phrase that came from the Virgin side, but is now the motto of Alaska. And so yeah, you're always putting that together, and you know, we're actually just a couple weeks away from wrapping up the main integration activities, and soon it'll be all Alaska flights.
September 6th.
September 6th. That's here.
People get then we'll touch down here.
You can buy tickets today. You have been able to for quite some time.
Oh, okay. So you can start booking that trip to Hawaii today while you're thinking about it, right? Later this afternoon.
And the business community is I've been hearing a lot of great things from folks who are doing the traveling to Seattle saying, "Oh, thank you, I can't wait, I can't wait." So we're expecting great things and full flights.
Well, I know the company that owns this television station owns the television station in Seattle as well. So this is we have a self-interest here.
Now as a sales guy, I know what I'll be doing after the show.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to call you on the way out. Just in general, you did mention the State of the Airport event you had earlier this week. I mean, it's a great story over the last 3 years or so in terms of how much service has been added here.
Yeah, we're up to 74 destinations. That's a doubling from when I got here. We had 37. So this is a big deal for Seattle to have been part of that. Good regional fill-ins. We've got Salt Lake. We've got more going to Europe, and our European services starting back up soon. So we're very excited. More to do, a lot more to do, but we're off to a good start.
He introduced Condor to Germany last spring, along with WOW Air to Iceland. Both of them been meeting their numbers, doing well. They seem to be happy.
Yeah, absolutely, very happy. And Condor's coming in with twice as many flights this year. We definitely, and Alaska is a partner with them. So that's
really
good news.
Yes, that's an interesting thing, and you know, it's something a little less known, obviously, in a region like this where we're new. But Alaska's mileage plan has actually partnered with many of the world's leading airlines, and we're not in one of those big alliances, but we partner with many of the great airlines that are. So Condor is a partner of ours. Emirates, British Airways, Singapore Air can take you all over the world, and from a lot of different destinations, and all partners with us in our mileage program.
Well, and that's always one of the challenges here, right? I've already had somebody asking about, so what are the points on Alaska?
Well, but, you know, you get down to what people really care about, and I think that if you're flying on Alaska, you're going to be fine in this community.
Absolutely, you're going to be in good shape. You're going to be taken well care of, and we're the only loyalty program left among the major airline carriers that gives you a mile when you fly a mile. Everybody else has started to go into more complicated programs that base how much you spend. But you know, especially for something where it's Pittsburgh out to Seattle, it's a long flight. You're going to get a lot of miles, even if we offer what are traditionally quite low fares into the market. You're still going to get good rewards.
Yeah, you really rack it up. Do you do much service here in sort of the what they call the flyover country, right? The heartland of America, or are you mostly coastal at this point?
So obviously, the most of our traffic is from the West Coast and a lot of intra-West Coast. That's a very big piece, and obviously Alaska and Hawaii are a big piece of our business as well. We do fly throughout the center of the country as well. Pittsburgh's just the latest in it. We've always had strong presence in cities like Minneapolis and Chicago and Dallas.
Big ones.
Big ones. And so as we expand, great service into Charleston, South Carolina. And obviously there's a connection there for Boeing. And but for the tech community, that's Pittsburgh now. And so we continue to add. We not only acquired an airline last year, we also added 40 new routes, which is pretty rapid growth for an airline our size.
So if we do well as a community, then we might see more from Alaska Airlines, right?
We'd love to. I mean, this is a place we have high hopes for. We believe the demand's there. Obviously, there's things like HQ2, where they're looking at this region and saying this is a place that really might make sense for a lot more tech. We see that same trend, and whether it's HQ2 or it's just the general continued growth of tech, that'd be great for us. And Seattle might be just the beginning. If they make that decision and choose to come to Pittsburgh, I think you'd expect more service from us and probably others. Because that'd be such a monumental thing. But for me, the important thing about HQ2 is that Pittsburgh's a finalist. What they see here is the same things that we as Alaska see here.
It's a good place to be for us, and is on that list.
Yeah, well, it is. I'm sure it's helping everybody who's got to sell the region for almost any purpose right now, just the fact that we mentioned. So tickets are already on sale. How are you doing so far? You feeling pretty good?
It's going well. It's still a little far out. Most of the bookings, especially the business bookings, which are our most valuable customers, tend to book closer in. So a little early. There was some snow in the air today. It didn't quite feel like people were making fall plans.
It felt like Alaska, man.
It did. It was. It was odd. It was sunny and snowing.
Well, that's anything we can do to make you guys feel at home here. All right.
I appreciate that.
David Oppenheim from Alaska Airlines, Christina Cassotis from the airport. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Yeah.
Great to see you.
Next up, generating a next generation economy here in our region, one for everybody who lives here. Stay with us.